When we decided to build a concrete driveway and parking area, the first thing we did was to take down this big tree next to the tire. And we got Antonio with a chainsaw to do the work and a young man to roll the logs out of the way. We also had an old concrete slab that had to be broken up, and we used the pieces of that older slab to form three separate strips so that we had something to level the driveway on. And in between these strips we poured concrete and set some reinforcement wire in it to support the large strips of reinforcing wire. And we laid rocks and gravel over the whole thing and tamped it all down. We did the same thing along the side of the tire. Tire means garage, by the way, or workshop. And then the guys walked the large pieces of reinforcing wire into place and hand tied each square with a piece of interlocking wire. This is how it looked before we started the pouring the concrete. This is a concrete mixer that we borrowed, and the first thing we had to do was fix all the holes in it. So Antonio got out the welder and some scrap pieces of metal, and we covered the holes with metal and welded it all up. And then finally we could start mixing the concrete. This part of the driveway took 90 sacks of concrete. They're 50 kilograms a piece, and lots of gravel, and of course sand. This mixer is run by a single cylinder diesel engine, and the guys dumped the concrete from the mixer into wheelbarrows and then trundled it down to where we needed it to make the slab. And Antonio, who's the boss there on the right, scraped all the concrete out of the wheelbarrows and got busy and started leveling it. This process took 2 days. It was very time consuming, but the end result was very good. After it was leveled, we added another layer by hand, and this is how the slab in front and to the side of the tire came out. Next, we had a portion that was almost impossible to get done by hand because of the ground, which is like Georgia clay, was so hard. So we hired this payloader to come in and scrape out the driveway, which is a little over 3 meters wide. It's 3.2 meters, and the base goes down 20 centimeters. Half of that is the base, which is rocks and gravel, and then the other 10 centimeters is the concrete itself. So we did the same process, put the rocks in, put the reinforcing wire down, and then finally the guys dumped the concrete from the mixer and finished everything, and this is how it looks so far. Now this is the first part of the driveway, and these supports, these steel channels, will support the roof over the parking area alongside the tire. We had plenty of help from these dogs. And this is how it looks so far. There's another about 25 meters up to the beginning of the hill.